Well, hello. So I gotta find my flash drive because I had to upload everything. But I had posted a video, a video about wrestling. I do a lot of my posts actually really only for myself, and then I also do stuff where I'm real vocal and kind of honest about those that I see and who I, blah, 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 my experience. And there. So, let's see how cute I can look. Alright, let's do this. No? Alright. No, I like this way. Better that way. Okay. So, I can download this off later and then post it up, but it still gets to be posted up. One of the things that I wanted to get on here is one, the importance of mainstreaming, but not only the importance of mainstreaming is that I'm not being abusive of my power, but that I'm also being fair in that of this this human dignity, and then from human dignity standpoint, this standpoint of fairness in that it has the allotment of money. And so when I say, oh, hey, I need this or I need that, typically we have plenty of money in the American society. The way that it's divided is majority of it protects the entire country. The other half of it is divvied out based on services. Now those services are real thin slices. That's at least from the last I've heard. In and of the other half that takes care of the safety, that safety part is extremely important, but it goes through such a larger prospect. So on macro microeconomics, the levels that we're at, where we're just living, going from homeless to home, homeless to no home, transitional housing, that whole 4 level process, and then finding stabilized housing. You can go from the lower class to the middle class to the upper class and then be stabilized. In and of being a leader or somebody whose family, blah, 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 all of that, those levels and important places where we communicate something to you. I've been real transparent. I've talked about my drug addiction. I talked about my homelessness. I talked about my being LGBTQ. I talked about having a mental health challenges. I've never thought that in any of my work that I've ever done that the level of dishonesty behind the scenes felt like that the people around you who work their asses off every day to go to work for their own families should not be conscious of your transparency as a leader. They should be in control and aware that anybody who knows, hey, he's got my money in my pocket, he's got my children's future in his pocket or her pocket, that they should have an understanding and a respect for that person's life, as it goes both ways. Now, when I find out live on television anybody in any community is being belittled, demeaned, degraded, discounted at a value where they work their asses off to get where they are at a young age, and at any age, that anybody takes advantage of that. If you take advantage of that, I will call you out on it. 1. 2, if you take advantage of that and you continue to influence a riotous thing of where it does not have any facet of communication in and of that group, that you can't talk to them. You can't, they just keep going doing what they want to do and be like, I don't listen to nobody. That is beyond illegal. Beyond illegal. Not only is it there so many facets of it that is disgusting, where someone doesn't want to behave or communicate in a two-way street. All of that, I'm going to have to break that down myself. If I have to break that down myself, and somewhere in the process of you seeing me saying, oh hell no, oh hell no, oh hell no, oh hell no, and you all of a sudden are like, okay, I get it, it is not my fault. I cannot see and watch things like this go every 10 years, every 20 years, every 30 years, and I'm almost going to be 40, for someone to be so ignorant and then vice versa, but not see their own in any of those facets. If you are not planning or taking any action at all, you cannot speak. It's the same if you don't vote. If you don't vote for the person gets in that political office. If this was 120, 30 years ago, you don't get to decide those things. You don't have any decision on the UN, on the European nations, on the American nations, on the island nations. You don't have any of that decision, or at all. So what in God's green earth would make you think that you can communicate such a way of living and behavior that allows you to talk down to any one of those struggles or any of those communities? You're disgusting to me. So I'm gonna finish like my writing some of my book prompts, and then do, this is like a wild card confession because it's like one of the things about being a wild card. You know, you're like, they like, no, it's this color, it's this color, it's this color, yellow, green, blue, red. These are the colors that I'm putting down. You get that color, that's the only color you get. No, wild card, I get whatever I want to get. I get to choose whatever I want to choose. You don't get to put red on the table and say red only. You don't get to put yellow on the table and say yellow only. You don't get to put green or blue ever on the table and say that's the color that you're going to give. We get to wild card choose however we want to heal and however we want to move forward. You can also communicate that without having to impede on anyone's safety. That is it.